Hey guys, I've been teasing you for a while saying I'm going to be doing a video on navies, and today is the day. First of all, shout out to John. Thank you for my new gloves. This says I'm a white ghost. These are a lot better quality than the old cotton ones, but they're still going to get dirty. I'll try these out today, but I got myself some new gloves, so thank you. And for all you loyal subscribers and viewers, I appreciate your comments and from time to time gifts. So in talking about navies, I'm just going to do a broad brush overview. It's a very complicated topic, and there are Navy experts out there. Before buying a Navy Luger or any of the accessories, I would recommend you talk to somebody who knows navies really well. They are heavily faked, they are very expensive, and it is a minefield. So there are people who research it. I'm in touch with those people. I can put you in touch with those people. There's also, just like I collect database on Walther PPs and PPKs, there's a guy named Norm who, and other forum members that collect serial numbers and have a database on navies. So we'd be happy to help you out if you're contemplating buying it. But my goal is not to get into the weeds, into the details of navies, but to do a broad brush. So for example, all of these navies came in at SOS, but it was all pre-arranged, meaning the collector of these navies said ahead of time, I'm bringing them to you. We carried them into our van in boxes and brought them back here. But so if, for example, there's a collection of World War I navies. Here you can see the World War I navies. They're most easily spotted by the extended barrel. It also has a adjustable rear sight. But the extended barrel is 150 millimeters or just under 6 inches. The second group of navies, these are the ones that I am more likely to collect, and these are the standard barrel, 4-inch barrel or 100 millimeter. The 4-inch barrel navies are actually from World War II, and I'll show you how those are marked. And then finally, he has a group of small caliber Navy pistols. These are all Mausers, and they're in 7.65. Probably went to officers. I know for a fact some went to U-boats because I have 2 HSC marked navies that were documented to U-boats. So these are the 3 variations that I'm going to go over today. Okay, let's start with World War I navies. Now there's lots of variations, but I'm going to just quickly go over 4 of the variations from World War I. The first variation is one that I'm not going to show you because it didn't come in. I've only known of one. However, looking at some of the research, I believe there's about 14 known. They're the most rare. Again, I've never seen one in person, but it is distinguished by the grip safety, just as this one, the 1906, has the grip safety. Right here. But the 1904, model 1904 has the earlier toggle. So that's the way it's distinct, by the earlier toggle and the grip safety. Again, there's only 14 known. You probably will never see one or come across one, so we'll just take that one off the table. The second variation is in 1906. Now the 1906 Navy, let's take a look at this one. Look at that, already got dirty. Oh well, thank you anyway. That'll wash right off because it's rubberized. The 1906 Navy has no date over the receiver, but it is DWM marked. The adjustable sight is just 2 adjustments, 100 meter, and then you push this button in and pull back, and there's the 200 meter setting. So it just sets it back a little bit. So that's the adjustable sight, extended barrel. Let me show you how to measure the barrel. It seems self-explanatory, but I actually get this question all the time, whether it's a 4-inch barrel, 8-inch barrel for the artillery, or 6-inch barrel. It's actually just under because it's measured in meters. So for example, the barrel unscrews right here, so sometimes people will mistakenly say, there's something wrong with my Navy, it's only 5 inches. They actually go from the muzzle to the breech. If you go the muzzle to the breech, you can see it's just about, just under 6 inches. And same way with the 4-inch barrel. Muzzle to the breech, you can see it's just under 4 inches, but actually it's 100 millimeters, and the Navy is 150 millimeters, and the artillery is 200 millimeters, and that's just under 8 inches. So this 1906 I did not pick up at the show. This actually is from my collection. I just wanted to show it to you because it has an interesting feature, and that is the probably naval officer who had this put his initials, EZ. This one has a matching magazine. That was added, that's not factory. He added that kind of like a vanity plate. You'll notice the grip safety. That's the model 1906. The 1908 did not have the grip safety, and I'll show you one of those because I did get one of those in. Adjustable sight, grip safety, and 6-inch barrel. The magazines are usually concentric circles, almost always concentric circles. And then on the bottom, they will have a Navy proof. It's upside down, so we'll do it that way. There's the Navy proof. And this is numbered. This happens to be numbered to the gun. You look at the serial number here, you actually do see halos around it, which indicates original finish. There's also a Crown M there. The Navy markings are Crown M on the World War I's. So what you're looking at is Crown M. On the World War II era, there will not be any Crown M proof. So World War I has these special features and the Crown M. Yes, people do have stamps and they will try to fake them. So again, if you contemplate buying one, you should check with somebody that knows a little bit more. Now, EZ, I was trying to find maybe an officer, Navy officer from World War I. Was not able to find a name, but in the holster, this is a Navy holster. Now, these can be $1,500 to $2,500. This one was altered for straps and then put back to the original condition because this is the original strap. That's what the original strap should look like. The Navy Lugers come with the tool here. There's no tool here. His name actually, this says Berlin, and there's a number in there, number 39. You probably can't read that, but it's Zenneck, Z-E-N-N-E-C-K, Zenneck, which would go with this marking. So I'm pretty sure this originally came with this gun, was issued to somebody named Zenneck. If you know any information about a World War I officer named Zenneck, let me know. Brass fittings, and also there's a cleaning rod, and this happens to be a zigzag cleaning rod, which is the early style cleaning rod. Zigzag because of the obvious zigzag there. Later, they go to a standard cleaning rod, which is the same as the artillery. So that's a zigzag cleaning rod. And by the way, I've seen these sell for $1,200. They also are faked. Somebody has made these, and it's really hard to tell. So again, check before buying. Okay, this is a 1908. It has many of the same features, but there is no grip safety. So it does have the adjustable rear sight, pops back forward. It does have the 6-inch or 150 millimeters. There is the Crown M proof. You see the serial number under here, and you see halos. This has the same Navy marking here. It's upside down if you're looking at it like that, but that is correct. And then this one is not numbered to the gun, but it is a Navy magazine, even though not concentric circles. So that's pretty unusual. As I said, they almost always have concentric circles. This one is Navy marked, numbered correctly. Most DWMs are going to be numbered across here. The Navies are, in World War I, are numbered like that. So this one also has the Navy base it went to, which I believe that's Kiel, and the property number. So that's the 1908 model. That doesn't mean it was made in 1908, but it does mean that the model is 1908. Now these are the accessories. It reminds me a lot of an artillery because it does have a pouch, Navy pouch with 2 spare Navy mags. And again, you see how they are numbered. They will have a Navy proof here and then numbered this way, which I guess is, well, if you're holding it like that, it's vertical. But Navy has a bigger font. Well, here's a typical World War I military magazine. You can see it's a smaller font, numbered along here, and the Navies are numbered differently. So Navy magazines can easily go for $400, $450. The pouches are expensive. Now, one thing to keep in mind, the Navy holster and pouch and all the accessories looks a lot like a Portuguese rig. The Portuguese accessories to make a Portuguese rig, they're a lot cheaper, and so don't be fooled. The Navy markings will typically see this one is marked 1916, so that's right during World War I. I believe this has a Navy tool. There's a Navy tool. You see M with an anchor. And they had several different varieties, but that is a Navy tool. It comes with the wood stock, which attaches on the back of here. And the Navy wood stock, this one is Navy marked, but also will have this disc. They all have, many times the disc is Navy marked. This one is Navy marked here, property number marked. Oh, there it is. There is a Navy mark. Right there, very small, there is a Crown M right there. But you look for this metal disc right in the middle. The artilleries won't have that, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. But you can see here the maker. This is Berlin, number 39. By the way, that previous holster also was marked Berlin 39. I couldn't read the date. Let's see what kind of cleaning rod it has. Now that's the standard cleaning rod, but a little shorter than the artillery. So that is not zigzag. Zigzag is their earliest model. This was a later model. Let's compare this rig to a typical artillery. This is a 1918 artillery. It doesn't have the adjustable sight back here, but the adjustable sight is up here, and it has many more calibrations. In looking at the Navy, it's really obvious the difference. So people sometimes, I just got somebody who sent me a picture of one of these and said, I picked up this Navy. This is not a Navy, there's no Navy marking there. The rear sight is different. They did make these with dates, I'm gonna show you that next. But you can see the barrel, this artillery barrel is 2 inches longer. Now let's look at the rig, as they call it. Navy rig, notice the teardrop holster. That's uniquely Navy. On the artillery, it doesn't look like that. You can see that the artillery attaches with a boot. Obviously, it's a little bit longer. The Navy attaches here. And by the way, the stock lug is numbered. In this case, it should be numbered to the gun. So that it would be numbered right here, numbered to the gun. And I mentioned the disc, Navy marking. This one, you see no disc. Notice the boot and the attachment. These are original straps. I believe these are original straps. It's just a nice rig, but that's the difference between an artillery rig and a Navy rig. These are far more rare. Okay, this is the final model from World War I. In review, I mentioned the 1904. I showed you the 1906, which was distinct with the grip safety. Then the model 1908, and that had no date. But the final World War I era model is the model 1914. So the model 1914, and they are numbered right here. They are almost always 1916 and 1917. So the date is over the receiver. It's DWM. It has the same, notice the Crown M proof. Also 1917 here. And a little 1917 right on the front sight. These also have the adjustable sight in the back. You can see 100 and 200. Somebody told me that their Navy was mismatched because the rear toggle is numbered 100 and the rest of the gun is not. I was happy to inform them that no, your gun is all matching. That's the calibration of the rear sight. You can see the serial number here with a small Crown M. There are halos on there. Most of the numbering is internal. So like for World War II, you would see the number of the side plate on the exterior. On here, it's underneath, so you really don't see it. Also, if you look at the takedown lever, you see the 04. You see the side plate 04, and that matches the last 2 digits of the serial number. Now, this one is Navy. Again, concentric circles. Navy marked here, Crown M. And the serial number goes this way. This one is very worn. I have better Navy mags that I could put with it, but that's the 1917. It's a model 1914 Navy, dated 1917. Now, the holster is a little bit different. This is more of a standard holster that would go on your belt instead of the straps. The other ones had straps that would go across your chest. This model, you could use a holster and carry it across your chest, but in this case, it would go on your belt. That is a known maker for Navy holsters. LZA is the maker, and I believe it's also marked on the inside. There's the logo, LZA. So this is just a little bit different. The earlier ones, model 1906, 08, that has the teardrop. It's in black. These are, and also in the back, the way it's attached, that's attached with a strap around your shoulder. This one has more, is more like a standard, actually the artillery holster. It's in brown, goes on the belt. It does have a place for a cleaning rod, and you can see the way it closes is not the stud. It's not stud closed, but it is like a buckle closed. So this is a fairly rare Navy Luger holster and correct for the 1917. Okay, we fast forward to World War II, and we're going to take a look at the navies from World War II. This collector, he brought us three that I'm going to show you. The first one being a G-date Navy. Now, I'll get up a little bit closer. We've talked about this before because we talked about the funky chicken. The first World War II Navy Luger was the K-date. He did not give us one, but that has the Eagle M from the Weimar period. There's a picture of a K-date here with the Eagle M from the Weimar period. That's again the K-date. I didn't pick one up. And just so you know, when I do the small caliber, you have the exact same Eagle from the Weimar period. So this must have been, this Eagle was put on here about 1934. Now, interestingly about that, so this is 1934 and 1935, this Eagle, there's no swastika on it. And if you collect daggers, you know the early Navy daggers don't have a swastika on it. The early Navy flags from that same era did not have a swastika. Admiral Dönitz was one of the last to allow the Nazi symbol to be put on his equipment and on his flags. I don't know how much trouble he got in. Obviously, he was politically astute because he was one of the few who survived the war and actually became Hitler's successor right at the end of the war after Hitler died. Now, we all know that Himmler and Goering were fighting for the position of, if anything ever happens to Hitler, and they had their fingers crossed, if anything ever happens to Hitler, I'll be next in command. And in truth, both of them were captured. And Hitler put out warrants for their arrest, so they were out of favor. But for some reason, Dönitz was able to survive the war and become Hitler's successor at the end of the war, even though he was the commander that distinguished himself by resisting the symbol of Nazi Germany. All the way up, I think, finally in 1938, he began to add the swastika to their equipment and to the Navy flags. Okay, G-date is 1935. Remember, K-date was 1934. This is 1935. That's the code for the Mauser factory. The straps are brown patina. Somebody had salty hands out on the ocean, handled it like that, and dulled down these straps. But the rest of the gun did very well, except for the side plate hump. But this is a 4-inch barrel, 9mm. By the way, all those previous navies were 9mm. And that is the funky chicken, as I call it. So 1935, that's what the Eagle M looked like. It doesn't look like an eagle. It looks like a funky chicken. Nonetheless, this is what they look like on the G-date. And then it does have a property N for North Sea. That was the Navy base and the property number, or like a rack number. This one does not have a matching mag, but that is a Navy N property marked. There's the serial number, there's the property mark, so that is a Navy. It's a little bit later because this magazine for a G-date and the K-date would be nickeled. So that is a G-date Navy, a very rare gun. I believe they only made 400 to be delivered to the Navy. One other thing I wanted to say about the Navy markings. These, I'm fairly confident these are not applied at the factory. They were shipped to the Navy arsenal, and that's where the marks were applied. The Navy marking, the funky chicken, the K-date marking, those were all applied at the Navy arsenal and not at the Mauser factory. These are two other Navy Lugers that he gave me at the show. This one is a 1938 S42, remember the code. It changed in about midway through 39, it changed from S42 to 42. So in 1940, the code was 42. In 1938, the code was S42. These were issued to the Navy, and the way they were marked is just a mere property code. So N, which was North Sea, And you see 3166, and if you look here, that is the matching magazine. Now and by the way, the X means it's the extra magazine. The serial number 597 matches the gun, 597. So 597 and the property number all are matching. So that's very unique to find the matching magazine. And the 1940, this one is a little bit better condition. You see a little bit of corrosion, and it's very faint, but actually that property marking, you can see at least the 90. And this one it's 4890. That's a little clearer, and that's the extra mag. And this number matches the number on the gun. So again, that's 4890, matches the Navy marking and the serial number from the factory. These also came with holsters, and I think they might even have a spare mag. And here are the two holsters. They're both dated 1939. Now remember, one was 38. 1939 is fine. General rule that I use, as long as it's within a year, it probably came together because they kept these in storage, or they kept the guns, they put them together later. They went to the Navy arsenal. This was marked in the arsenal, and guys were just throwing them together. So the Waffen stamp was done at the factory. It was inspected and approved for the military, 1939, and there's the maker. But then it went to the Navy arsenal, and they stamped it a second time. This is a little deeper, and this one is poorly struck. You can't really see the eagle, but it's the same thing. That this was done at the factory, inspected for the military, went to the arsenal, and got the Navy stamp. Yes, these do have a second, they're not matching, but there's a second Navy mag and property mark. And this one has the spare Navy mag. This isn't actually close. It's 3115. And this was the matching Navy mag at 3166. So they're fairly close. So the only ones left are the small caliber Mausers, and that is the Mauser 1934 and the HSC. Did other guns go to the Navy? Probably yes, but without any kind of marking, we really don't know. I know there were a lot of private purchase small caliber weapons, such as the PP and the PPK, so it stands to reason that Navy officers probably fairly often bought their own pistols and took them on board a ship. However, without the Navy marking, again, we can't say with any kind of certainty. Let's start off with the model 1934 Navy, and we already mentioned this one. This is the early, so this is probably from 1934. Very nice high polish finish. It has a Navy marking here, and you see it's O, which is OTC or EC, OTC. And this is also O property marked, and it is matching. So 2087, 2087. So a 1934 Mauser from 1934. Then they add the swastika, so let me show you that one. These are both 1934 Mausers. They're two different variations. For one thing, you can see this is on the left side of the gun, and this is on the right side of the gun. This was the first marking, and they call it a stick wing, open wing, stick wing eagle over the swastika. And this is a closed wing eagle. You can see the difference, stick wing open, closed wing. These were made first, meaning they used that marking first, and again, they did it at the factory. Then they gradually switched over, but there was an overlap, and in fact, this happened during the overlap time because this one is, the serial number is 564, and here it is 565. So it's only like within the same 1,000 guns, but they're two different swastika. Again, started with this, then there's some overlap, and then they end up with just the closed wing. Because when we get to the HSC, they're all closed wing. Now these also have property marks, end property mark on the front strap. And by the way, some don't have the end property mark. They won't have many of them. Most of them have no property mark. It's a plus to have the property mark. It's a bigger plus if it matches. This is 3575 and this is 3575. So these are huge pluses. This one is N property marked 6012, and there you see 6012. This guy was a high-end collector. Kudos to him. Now the holsters they come in, this is what they call the Navy style. You'll see them on our website. It doesn't they didn't all go to the Navy, but this is a Navy style. The way you know for sure that it went to the Navy, first of all, it's marked Mauser with an ink stamp. You see here's the spare magazine. We'll see if there's two. I don't think that's two matching. And then you can see the Eagle M, so that is Navy marked, and that's the Navy style holster. This is another Navy style holster, very similar. A little more sturdy. They tend to be, this is like a softer leather. This one has a Navy mag spare. And there you go again. There's the Navy marking. These holsters are also quite expensive. Then around 1940, we go to the HSC, and they only were marked on the front strap. There never are any property numbers on these, but they're often, this marking is either right in the middle or closer up to the bend here. But that is a correct closed wing Eagle. It's early from the 752,000 range. This started in 700,000, so this is 50,000 into the run. But that's how the HSC is marked. I already mentioned I have two HSCs that were documented to submarines, and when the crew was captured, one of the officers surrendered their weapon. This is the early HSC high polish and lanyard. This is a later one, duller finish and no lanyard. But as late as it is, it still has the marking. Now this one is really worn. I like to see a little bit of wear though. This one was used on a ship in the war, and you can see the same, this Navy marking is very deep, and it's one of the later ones. Now both of these holsters are Navy style. I'm not sure if they're both Navy marked, so let's check. As I remember, there is a marking right here, but I can't tell what it is. There's a stamp, or at least looks like a stamp, and then I do not see a Navy marking. So this is just Navy style, won't sell for as much. Let's check this one out. Looks like Private First Class Alfred Devon. He was in the 76th Infantry Division, much like the 76ers, who are going to the playoffs. I don't see any Navy marking. Sometimes they're down here at the toe. Actually, no, that's a crease. I was going to say, is that one right there? That's a crease in the leather, I believe. But Navy style. So beautiful rigs from a beautiful collector who has really nice things. Okay, these are rubberized, so now I know why my cloth, my cloth gloves got so dirty. That's rubberized. Let's check and see how that cleans up. Yeah, they wash right off. They cleaned up pretty nice, and they don't get rips and tears. I also, the true test is I'm able to buckle the buckle with these, and the other ones I can't. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Navies. I actually have some accessories to show you. So Kurt and I are going to be doing another video on some of the accessories we got from the Show of Shows. So stay tuned.